Hello everyone and welcome, it's Shanna. Now today I am unboxing my Not Too Shabby subscription box of the month. And this is actually for July. And we're going to get this thing open and take a look and see what we've got inside of it. If I can get the package open, we're going to drag the contents out. So here we go. And you can see it is jam-packed full of stuff. One thing that Jamie always adds to your subscription is a little package of tea and a Not Too Shabby card. And the card on the back of it has a QRL code where you can upload your projects so that we can see your inspiration. Now here is some enamel dots, and we've got some mandarin tea here. And I'm drinking my tea as I was unboxing it, so I always like to get that little package of tea in there because I am a tea drinker. So we're just going to go through the contents and see what we've got. I can see we've got a couple of ephemera pieces here, but I'm going to start with the paper pads because I like to pair everything up. So we've got the Enchanted Wishes 6x6 pattern paper. There are 12 designs. They're double-sided. You get 4 of each, and we're just going to pull them out and take a look at them. This looks to be like a dark red and blue, and when I immediately saw the apples, I thought of the fairy tale. So we've got blue and red apples, and we've got the mirror, and here we've just got kind of a yellow pattern, and then we've got a real pretty yellow rose floral with the red apples on there, and then we have got a red apple paper, and on the back of it is like a faux red glitter. Now this looks like marble, kind of looks like a marble countertop with some blue and gold in it. And then on the back we've got some birds. And here are some bows. And then on the flip side is kind of a lacy pattern with some more apples. We've got a speckled blue, and then we've got a blue with a gold pattern on it. Just gorgeous, pretty rich colors there. And so that is what's included in the Enchanted Wishes 6x6 pattern paper. Now I'm going to pull out the ephemera, and it is called Enchanted Wishes, and there's a whole bunch of die cut pieces in here. And I'm just going to pull them out, kind of shuffle through some of them and show you, and then we'll show the rest of the stuff. So we'll get everything out of the package, and we've got a fountain. Looks like a little wishing well. And we have a little bear with a cute little red hat. We've got a teapot and teacup. We've got like a Vespa or a scooter, whatever you want to call it, and a bookshelf, if I get it turned in the right direction. There are several little floral elements. Here is, looks like the mirror and maybe some makeup. Here's some floral elements, really pretty. And then we've got the apple and a girl. We've got several girls and guys in here. We've got some more florals, one in a pot. Here's a little bag. And then we've got a little deer, and we've got a box with a ring in it. I'm just going to put all those back in. There are several more pieces that I didn't show. Now there is a stamp set that is kind of designed to go along with it, and it's called Once Upon a Time. And you've got the girl with the apple in a couple of different poses. You've got a basket of apples. You've got a bird, an apple with a bite out of it. You've got Hello, Sweet Friend, Once Upon a Time. Another magical chapter begins. You're surrounded by love. Stay sweet, be kind, and the fairest of them, you're the fairest of them all. And so that is, all of that stuff pairs together. Then next we have got the Mermaid Dreams. And this again is a 6x6 paper pad that is double-sided, and you get 12 designs, 4 of each. And we have this looks like coral with some seaweed, and it's just really pretty. And then this is kind of a little, I don't know, hash striped pattern. We've got some bubbles here, really pretty, and some more. This is gorgeous. We're going to use this on the card today, green with the purple flowers. We've got some more coral, and here's the mermaid fish scales. And then we have some pink coral or sea weed, or I don't know what it is. We've got some starfish. And then this is purple and pink here, a little wavy looking pattern. And then we have some more purple with some stems. And then we've got the mermaid and the teals, and then some green. We're going to use that mermaid and the teals. We're going to make 2 cards today. They're going to be quick, beginner friendly, super simple, but we're going to use some of the Mermaid Dreams pattern paper and the ephemera. So I'm just going to open up the ephemera and show you some of the pieces that are in here as well. We won't show them all, but we're going to give you a little sampling of what's in the pack. There's always a lot in there. And so here's our mermaid just soaking in the tub. And then we've got a handsome guy. And here are like a phone cover with a shell on it. And this is like a water scene with the rocks. We've got a window scene. I'm going to use that today. Here's a cute little girl in a little halter top. We've got a cup of tea, which we'll use, and just some more florals and different elements. Here's a little music box or a jewelry box. Here's a little scene. This is really pretty. I thought about using this as well. I like this. And then we've got a gorgeous girl and another bathtub. And here's some purple shoes. Super, super cute. Just lots and lots of fun elements. There's shells. We've got, this looks like a smoothie. We've got a mermaid towel. Just lots and lots of bits. So I'll get those put away. And we've got the enamel dots, which is a light green and a darker green. We've got the coordinating stamp set to this. It's called Mermaid Magic. There are 4 mermaids, a fish, a crab, lots of sentiments, some sea life. And we have got these A2 panel fronts. And these are all of the little princesses from the different shows that you probably are aware of. And I don't know all their names. This one represents the Enchanted Wishes. And then we have this one. These are just very vibrant, but these will cover a full A2 size panel. Look at that. You know who that is. And there's another one. I'm pretty sure I know who that is. And this one. So you can cover your whole A2 panel and just make a really quick card front. It'd be fun to put together a project with all of those together. So that's everything that's included in the box of the month, and I'm going to make some really quick cards. I took one of my nesting dies and die cut out one of the pattern papers that I thought was just gorgeous. It's the green that has the purple flowers on it, and it's just gorgeous. I thought it was soft and beautiful, and I was just drawn to it, and so I just used one of my nesting dies to cut it out. And then I'm going to bring in an arch die, and I'm just going to create an area to put the window. I thought this was super pretty, and so I'm going to lay the window down on this arch, and I'm going to bring in the coffee cup because I thought if I were sitting by that window, I'd probably have a coffee cup or a glass of tea, and then I put a floral arrangement that paired nicely with the pattern paper on there. And we're just going to make a quick card, super simple. When you've got beautiful pattern paper and ephemera, it's very easy to create a super card. So I've got our Hello Friend stamped and cut out there. I don't have coordinating dies, so I just fussy cut it out. I'm going to lay some foam on this arch just to give us a little bit of dimension and some extra interest to our card. And then we'll just get it laid down on this panel, and we're going to have a quick, fun Hello Friend card. I just thought the greens and the purples were really pretty, and that's why I wanted to work with them. So we'll give it a press. Now, for these 2 cards, we are working with the Mermaid Dream set and not bringing in the Enchanted Wishes yet. So I'll get my Hello Friend laid down on here, and I've got some foam tape on it. I'm just going to give it a little press, and I'm going to bring in some of those enamel dots that was included in there, and I'm going to go small, medium, and large with a darker green and just lay them at the top of this panel where I've got a lot of white space and just kind of fill it in. And we're going to keep it super simple. And there we go. That finishes off our first card. Isn't that pretty? Now we will have a hop later in the month where I will work with it some more. I also stamped our little mermaid that's laying on her belly, and she's kind of looking at I don't know, it looks like a shell. and I stamped thinking of you, and I also brought in the little bubble stamp and created some bubbles on there. I have got just 3 of my Copic markers in the BG family, and I'm just laying down some color there, and I've got the, I don't know, the BOO and the BO1 that I did our bubbles with. I brought in a pink for the shells and some skin tone, and then we're going to make some brown hair on this little gal. And I just sped up the coloring. I'm not a colorist. I can get some color laid down, but I'm not somebody that you would learn techniques from. So on the coloring, I started out with lighter hair, and then I decided that I wanted more of a chocolate brown hair. And I'm just going to get this colored up so that this will be the focal point on our second card. I'm just filling in and going over here, just trying to make sure I have it good and covered. I'm bringing that lighter color in just to add some light tones to her hair and just add that. I brought in my jelly pen to clean up any mistakes that I made. And then I'm going to bring in this mermaid pattern, mermaid scale pattern paper in the teals and the blues. And we're just going to make a panel that our circle can lay down on. So I'll cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. We'll have a little white edge trim around our panel, but like I said, we're keeping it very beginner friendly and super simple. So I'm just taking that paper that I trimmed down, we're going to lay it on there like that, and we're going to bring in our focal point. So I decided that it would be nice if I just inked up my panel a little bit just to add some extra dimension to it. And so I just took my green blending brush. I didn't grab any more ink. I knew that I could rub some off and just kind of keep it under control since I wasn't adding extra. And so I'm just going around this circle panel and just kind of inking it up and kind of creating like a halo look in the center of it where our little girl and our little cinnamon is. And then it kind of takes away the starkness of the white cardstock. So next we're just going to get it laid down on we're just going to get our panels assembled. So I'm just going to glue it up. You can see it's got that dark green pattern on the back of it. And we'll just line this up on our card base. Give it a good press. And then we're going to bring our little circle element with our little mermaid, and we'll get it laid down on there. I was considering if I wanted to add anything else to it, and I decided nope, we're just going to get it laid down on there. So I'm just going to kind of center it and give it a good press. And then I'm bringing in my glossy accents, and I am putting it on the bubbles, and it made a nice shiny bubbling look with it. If you allow them to just put it on there and allow it to dry, you'll be really pleased with the results because it gives you a nice little bubble. I tap it a little bit just to get it to flatten out a little bit and take any air bubbles out. And then that will finish off this card. I think it turned out super cute. So we've got our 2 cards. Here's our thinking of you with our mermaid. And then we've got hello friend with our window scene. So I hope you like them. I did take a couple of pictures so that you could see them a little bit better. And if you like them, if you would consider hitting that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe. Thanks for watching.